Hey everybody, this is Vi. I'm checking out Unholy Commotion. This is the demo DD29 version. We did play this a couple months ago, an earlier version of it. I'm hoping that there have been some changes. I'm sure there have been. So it'll be interesting to see how the game has developed since then. I don't know if that's too loud. Music is a little on the loud side. I might just drag down. Probably not too bad, but I'll just drag it down a little bit in the capture. Hopefully it's pretty reasonable for you guys who's listening. I do have the game page open here. It says, please read before playing. This title is pre-alpha. It will contain many bugs. Dungeons are still pretty repetitive while I work on game features. Content is a bit slower right now. It's only been tested on 1920 by 1080 on the Ultra preset. Checking controls and options, there's no tutorial. You have one sidearm slot and two primary weapon slots. The broom handle, Makarov, and Sawed-Off Jr. are sidearms. The rest of the weapons are primaries. You can only hold one sidearm, so you'll always swap out if you pick up a new one. But with primaries, they'll go into an empty slot if available, or whichever slot you have equipped if not available. You can mantle onto a ledge by hitting jump again in midair while looking at the ledge. Press E to climb on ladders. So yeah, I think that was the same as last time. The whole primary secondary thing is a little confusing, especially in writing, but let's go ahead and jump into the game here, see if we can figure stuff out. Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry, I forgot to make sure the game was hooked in here. The capture, there you go. So this is all I've seen so far. I did run it in the ultra mode. Last time I did have some trouble in ultra mode. It's a lot of input lag, VSync and everything. Let's go ahead and see what the options tells us here. We got controls, music, mouse sensitivity, sound effects, invert Y, field of view. 85 might be a little low. I mean, I think 90 is a good number, but it's probably fine. We can tweak that later, I suppose. Attack is mouse 0. I didn't know mouse 0 was a button. I thought it started with mouse 1, but that's okay. Alpha 1. Alpha 2. Does that mean that the one key that's not the numpad one is the alpha one? I don't know. I can only guess. So sidearm 1, primary 1 is 2. Mouse 2 for map. Alt fire is mouse 1. See, that's weird, because I would expect mouse 2 would be the right mouse button, but I'm assuming that mouse 0 is left mouse button and mouse 1 is the right mouse button. So the map might be the middle mouse button, which I would think would be mouse 3. I think in other games that's how they do it, the naming convention, so that's a little awkward. But nevertheless, melee is V. I don't really like that. I would actually prefer that be on... well, I like melee on the middle mouse button, but even if you wanted it to be on the keys, V is kind of a reach, so I would, use F, maybe. But let's go ahead and try to... Right, so middle mouse is going to be mouse 2, so map. Can we do tab? Looks like tab is available. So yeah, I might have to relaunch the game and set the settings lower if there's a lot of input lag. I'm expecting it's going to be all V-synced and stuff. Or 1. Yeah, there's definitely V-sync, it's definitely laggy. I mean input lag-wise. Looks like we're locked at 60 FPS, which is expected with V-sync, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and quit the game. I'm going to relaunch the game in a moment here. Try a lower setting. I don't know, there's so many graphics quality settings, I don't know which one to go for. We could try high, I guess. See what happens. Hopefully it's hooked in by now. No, it's still VSync. Alright. Let's try low. Oh, the other thing is that it... Oh, I'm just now noticing it's actually in, it's in borderless windowed mode, so I'm not going to be able to get rid of the VSync, unfortunately. I don't think it was like that last time. I'm pretty sure I got it. Okay, so now it's not VSync now, but it's still in borderless windowed mode, so it's like effectively is. I think this is a little better feeling, but it's a little bit laggy because it's not an exclusive full screen, so I would definitely recommend having that as an option. I don't like to play, least of all, you know, I really don't like to play the first-person shooter games with any kind of input lag on the mouse, so exclusive full screen is a must for me, as well as the VSync option. But I guess we'll have to try and play without it. It's really unfortunate. Just, it makes such a big difference in your aiming that it's kind of too bad to have to play like that. But let's see. Trying to see, there doesn't seem to be any way to do anything about it, unfortunately. Let's check the sensitivity of the mouse. It feels... Ugh, I just feel so bad with the input lag. Well, I guess we'll just have to live with it. I think this is like, that's where we come from in theory. The sensitivity might be a little high, but it's just so hard to... Oh, I think the field of view reset itself. So that seems to be a little buggy. What was this on by default? Was it 80? I don't remember. Let's try 70. I don't know. So yeah, these don't... as soon as I click on something in here, it kind of resets, but the numbers, they're not saving correctly, however you want to say that. Alright, the other thing is that if I hit escape, it opens the pause menu here, but if I press it again, it doesn't unpause, so I have to click on resume. That's slightly annoying. It also shoots when I click on resume. That's actually pretty bad, actually, now that I think of it, because this game has ammo. The pistol here doesn't have ammo. It has infinite, but other weapons have very limited ammo, so that's really not good if you end up wasting ammo like that. I think that was present in the previous version, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was exclusive full screen in the last version, so it's kind of... Oh my gosh, I didn't realize he was shooting a projectile at me. I didn't know what that was at first. Okay. Pistol behavior is... kind of weird, because it's like an automatic fire. I believe it was like that before, but kind of catches me off guard. Pretty weird. I think I'd prefer if the pistol wasn't automatic, if it was semi-auto. Just because that's how pistols... I think they feel better like that. What else can we do? Jump feels kind of weak, but that's okay. And this is new for sure. Alright, well, maybe if I held jump that would have worked. That's definitely a different element to be shooting like up at enemies like this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, holy crap. That's not very nice. Oh my gosh, he kind of takes a lot of hits. So the other thing is there's a lot of spread on the pistol. Oh my gosh, like a lot. I almost can't see that bone coming at me until it's too late. So it'd be nice if there's a little more of a telegraph on that attack, the way it comes directly at you, it's pretty awkward to it's hard to wrap your head around the motion of it coming at you until it's like halfway to you already. Alright, so fell off there. I'm tried to jump. It might be a thing where you could add some input buffer on the platforming. If you can actually have platforming, it's probably pretty important actually. Especially if there's like a consequence to falling down like that. Alright, how much money do I have? It's not on... oh, bottom left, 129. Okay. So that's a pistol. Ammo carrying capacity. It's a bullet hose. I kind of want this. That's 400. I can't afford it, so... how do you buy it? E? Alright, so I think that gets rid of my original pistol. Take... oh, okay. So that's nice if you change your mind. It's kind of weird how it throws the box back here. You probably want to do something about that to put that in a more reasonable position in the game to interact with. But I assume that might just stay there forever. Alright, this is kind of nice. I like the slower shooting. And it's super more accurate, so that's a big buff in my opinion. This was like really inaccurate. I didn't like that. It's pretty annoying, especially for this kind of default thing. If you're like this bullet hose type thing, it kind of makes sense to spray it all over the place, but with like a pistol, I think you kind of want it to go where you aim it pretty decently well. You can either go up here or down there. I don't know which way to go. Let's just go here. So there's so many of these that it actually gets a little cumbersome to like go through breaking them all. Come on. The heck? Oh, that thing. That's super hard for me to aim with the input lag. I didn't know that thing was shooting at me. There's acid over there for some reason. I don't know why that one just broke. I have to wait for the reload animation to stop before I can melee. Wonder if it'd be better if you could cancel the reload into like a melee. Or even cancel it into firing if you do have. Looks like there's a small part at the end of the animation that you can cancel, but it does buffer if you hold primary fire while reloading. It does buffer and then it starts shooting right away, but it doesn't do it with the melee. If you spam it, you can kind of cancel the animation eventually, but it doesn't buffer it, so you can't do it like the frame that it's available. So yeah, I'm not sure if it would be better if you could like cancel it early. But if nothing else, you could consider buffering the melee attack there, since that might be useful for get out of a bad situation. Can't crouch, can't jump, but you can, I mean, you can't crouch and you can't run, but you can jump. So it would be nice to crouch. I definitely like crouching in first-person games. Just feels good. Again, just tons of these. You You can do this pretty fast, but once you hit something with it, there's like a long cooldown. I almost think maybe it should be a little shorter. Oh, wait. No, it's the same weapon. Oh, I'm hitting something. Oh, that's a wall. That's why you can't actually go up that stairway. It's a little awkward that, like, the visual language of this is kind of the same as like this stair and this stair. They look kind of the same, but this one you can't actually go through. It's a little weird. It might make sense to put something over this. Hello. Also, the projectiles are pretty slow. Like, as far as first-person shooters go, those are pretty slow bullets. Just make it feel less responsive. I tend to really like hit scan bullets even in first-person games. I think they just feel really snappy and really responsive. You don't get into situations where you have to like lead targets or anything, which can be... I mean, it's good for like a simulation kind of game, but otherwise it can be kind of annoying in my opinion. At least in some cases. Alright, the reload doesn't happen automatically if you just hold the button down. What the? I didn't even know he was there. So again, I couldn't really hear him. That's kind of a problem. Oh gosh, the reload doesn't work sometimes. Yeah, okay, so... Can I pause this? Okay. So a problem I encountered with the last version that I played is that the audio... It's probably not mixed as well as it should be for one. The bullet firing is very loud compared to... There's like little sounds that these guys make when they walk around. Can't really hear it very well. It is present, but you could probably work on the audio mixing a lot. A big thing is that you get the how do you say it? Well, I guess I'll just say it. The sense of the positioning of where the enemies are around you. You can't know they're there unless you're looking at them, or if you can hear them, then that's the way you can keep track of when an enemy is like right next to you or behind you or something. But yeah, if that audio, if you can't hear it, if it's drowned out, or if it's not present in the game, then you're gonna get into those situations a lot where you're like getting hit by someone who's like directly behind you or something when you're in a first-person game like that. So the audio could be improved a lot. The other thing is that I'm noticing the reload doesn't work if you press the button too early, like if you're in the middle of a firing animation or something. It doesn't buffer the reload input, and that's really problematic if you're trying to play quickly and then you slap that reload button and then it just doesn't work, and then that's kind of frustrating. So that's something I would highly recommend, is to get that working. Like I mentioned, you can hold down the fire button to just keep firing, but it doesn't... I didn't even know he was there. It also doesn't reload. Like, I'm still holding the button down and it doesn't reload unless I let go of the button and press it again. So that would make more sense to me if it was a proper semi-automatic weapon, I think. A little awkward there. So if I stand right here and try and jump, sometimes it doesn't... I mean, I know I can sidle like that, but there's times when it gets a little weird. I don't know what it's doing. Alright, so that kind of... I'm not moving horizontally, but it might... It was a little buggy. I mean, it's not... It's not the worst I've ever seen, but it does get a little buggy when you're... That's another thing, if you're trying to walk up the stairs and you press the jump button, it just kind of jumps into the stairs and it's kind of weird. Which way did I come from? So the map isn't telling me where I came from very reasonably here. Like, I can see that this is here, but it's not showing me the connecting. If you look at the map, there's no, like, hallway here connecting the spaces. It also doesn't seem to line up with this correctly, so that's... maybe the map is bugged out. Might be nice if these didn't all spawn at the same time. If they were offset a little bit in timing, like, I guess that one didn't, but... again, not much in the way of telegraphing these kinds of attacks. I didn't know that was even happening, whatever that was. Did that guy just hit me? I wasn't really in range to actually touch him, but it looked like it actually hit me, so that was weird. I think it's a little unsatisfying how the hand doesn't follow through when you hit something. It just kind of stops in midair. Kind of makes it less satisfying. So I'm about to die, unfortunately. Took a lot of damage there. Is this really just a dead end? What the heck? That's certainly weird. I don't know if there's anywhere else for me to go, though. Oh, I guess there is. Does that hurt if I touch it? It's green, but green doesn't necessarily mean bad to me. They're walking in it, so I guess I can. That guy's got all the explosives. Oh gosh, the aiming. No, the reload is so slow. I also can't, again, I already established you can't cancel the reload with the melee attack, so that's kind of too bad. Also had that same problem before where it was really easy to get stuck in these little entryways into the little rooms. Just get backed into them, and then you don't have anywhere to go. Which I think could be improved upon. So yeah, it seems like a lot of the stuff that I noticed last time is kind of the same stuff I'm noticing this time. For stuff that I would suggest working on. I only have 35. I do like that more than the normal pistol. I don't know how it works in terms of I haven't really examined if there's like hit stun and stuff. Maybe that makes a difference for it being shooting slower, but I like how much more accurate it is for sure, because that's really inaccurate. So we'll have to come back here later if I have enough to buy something. Okay, we got another one of these rooms. I assume this isn't gonna... Alright, you slow down, so that's pretty significant. I wonder if the enemies slow down too. Oh gosh, that's a big explosion. I would prefer also if the TNT like fell down and like fell on the floor and flashed for a few seconds before exploding or something, probably. I mean, not for very long, but are these guys hurting themselves? Each other? Oh, he's hurting him. That's pretty funny. I like in Minecraft how if, oh, I didn't see that coming. Again, it's really hard to to know all these different projectiles are coming at you from all these different angles. Oof. And the hitboxes are pretty unforgiving. They seem really big for these projectiles and stuff and other attacks that I've seen so far. Like that, guys. Ah, see, I can't tell when that's coming at me, even though I kept like stopping and looking to see if a bone's flying at me. It still caught me like that. Unfortunately, even if I shoot slowly, it's still super inaccurate. That's another thing that could be nice is if If you did want some spread, it might make sense to have more spread if you're shooting faster, and if you shoot slower, you get less. So yeah, taking a lot of damage that unfortunately doesn't feel super avoidable. Oh, I can get up here, okay. It's so inaccurate. I'm like, this just isn't very far at all away from the target, and it's still like shooting around them. Oh, that guy's still alive. I can't. Oh, I can. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Alright, mistiming it. So this kind of thing is really hard to... It's really cool that you can do that. I like that a lot, but in first person it's really hard to judge distance like that, so it's pretty kind of tricky. Can make sense to make that pretty forgiving in terms of the range. Just for that reason alone, if you're going to try and do that kind of thing. Especially in this kind of game where, like, if you go for that kind of thing and you mess up, then it's just super punishing because you don't have a lot of health refills. Alright, another dead end, that's pretty weird. Feet look weird. I'm gonna try and buy this guy. Maybe. Why not? Probably not gonna live for very long anyways. Already at 5 HP. And I like being able to shoot guys from a distance. It's helpful. Seems you move a little slower going up the stairs. Kinda doesn't feel that great in my opinion. Okay, I'm not shooting exactly where the reticle is, so that's interesting. You can see that. That's kind of... seems to be pretty consistently the case too. That's interesting. So I think something is not, like it's not compensating precisely for the position of the reticle here. So I gotta kind of aim a little bit to the left of the target, I guess. Oh, hello. I didn't even know these guys are here. That's kind of weird. I was holding the melee button. It didn't actually show an animation, but it did break the pot. So that was kind of strange. There's a guy down there. I missed that jump. I did press the space bar for a moment there, but it didn't do the mantle thing. It's pretty punishing to be in the water because it's so slow. Ah, see again, it doesn't buffer the jump input if you press it too late there. If you're gonna have platforming in first person, you really got to make it forgiving, or else it's just gonna be annoying. So definitely recommend considering how you can play with that. So it's weird how the sound effects, when I shoot that guy, even though he's way over there, it sounds like the sound effects are happening like right on me. Like it kind of sounds like it's right inside my head. So I think maybe that the sound effects aren't playing in the right position if you're using like 3D audio or whatever. Which you probably should be. So this is another dead end. Tab is the map. Oh. Okay. It's orthographics. It's a little weird looking. So I don't... Alright, so it does give me a bigger view than in the top right there, but it's not... Oh, I can zoom, okay. I was gonna say it's not that much bigger, but you can zoom. Feels kind of backwards in my opinion that mouse down is zoom in instead of mouse up, but not such a big deal. Also, this is inverted. Moving the map around like that. So... Wait. Alright, this is the way I'm facing. A little disorienting, so I guess I go this way. Yes. Yeah. Oh gosh, I hate that guy. Okay, I died. But yeah, that guy in the cage, he just launches at you with no telegraph or anything. It's very unexpected. So yeah, I don't know that we're gonna find out much else. Oh my gosh. Oh jeez, I totally ate that explosion. There's really not a lot of room to maneuver in these... Jeez, how did you even get in there? In these little areas to begin with, so... I'd definitely be... Oh my gosh, there's so many enemies. I would definitely be considerate about things like the TNT explosions and making it feel like it's kind of fair to get away from it and that kind of thing. Okay, I don't need the ammo. A little disorienting, the whole mantle thing, the way it moves the camera like that. Stay away from me. The enemies are pretty bullet spongy too. Makes sense that, you know, it's a starter weapon, it's not going to be very strong. But it takes a lot of hits. It kind of also makes sense in my opinion to have like starter enemies along with the starter weapons, you know? Like if your starter weapon is weak, then maybe the enemies are weak too. So they don't take so many hits necessarily. This is pretty annoying to navigate this particular room. Oh my gosh. I don't really like the layout of this particular room. Just not a lot of places to go to like avoid. You have to like avoid the projectiles and stuff. If you're in the water, you can't move much, so you have to like go up on these things. But then you don't really have anywhere to move, so you just kind of. You saw I was kind of just walking off, and just kind of awkward. Which way did I come from? That way, I guess. Go up there. Reload, please. So many projectiles. Oh gosh, the reloading. There does seem to be some element of hit stun when you shoot enemies, which Please tell me that was hitting him. That didn't look like it was actually hurting the enemy, so that was pretty weird. Yeah. It's very weird when some of the sound effects happen like right on top of you. Wait, what? Oh. I guess if you don't expend all the ammo, you get a slightly less shorter reload animation. That's interesting. It's good to know. Right. Oh. Oh. Did I follow it? Apparently when you get to the top, it just, it kind of just drops you. Okay, it's a little awkward. Alright. There's a shop over here. Yeah. Propaganda shirt. Sows distrust among your enemies. Interesting. 350. Turbo glug. Boost movement speed, ammo carrying capacity. Well, I don't know if I want to boost my movement speed. I wonder if that'll just make it harder. Because the rooms are pretty small and they sometimes get pretty packed with enemies and stuff, so I don't know. Alright. Oof. Alright. We got another shot right away. It's kind of lucky. Again, I wish this mantle animation wasn't so disorienting. I don't think you really need to see your feet when it happens. I got that guy. Accuracy, power, ping. Okay. Speed loader. That actually sounds really useful. But I can't afford it yet. I might be able to buy it later. So I think if I buy this, I think I can switch now. The mouse wheel doesn't work for switching, I don't think. I don't know, maybe... I wonder if this actually... Alright, there's actually 3 you can hold, I guess, so... Alright, it doesn't... Oh, crap. Alright, so mouse wheel doesn't work in here. It would be nice to have that, like if I do mouse wheel up for For one of these, a mouse wheel down. For another one, I like that kind of thing, especially for like primaries. So I might want to set like primary 1 to mouse wheel up and primary 2 to mouse wheel down, and then sidearm could be another button. But for now, we'll just use our number keys here. Oh, it takes a while to... Alright. Oh crap, I forgot you have limited ammo. Oh my gosh, I can't reload also. That's very strange. Wonder why I can't reload. Also, I don't know. I find this limited ammo thing pretty annoying. Because like I don't know if I should just stick with this and then just like try and pull this out if I have like a hard enemy or something like that. It's like really hard not to get really kind of worried about wasting your ammo here. But no, it does a lot of damage. That's nice. So you have to wait until it's completely empty to reload. Another thing, it doesn't buffer. Like if I melee and then try to switch weapons, it doesn't buffer that input, so it doesn't actually switch when you press it. You have to wait until the animation is done. So it's a bit annoying. Oh, you can go a little faster if you jump in the water. Ah! So yeah, this kind of stuff can kind of ruin the pacing a bit, unfortunately. Like if you fall down in these things multiple times, then you have to go and you have to check all the little corners, and you have to smack all the pot things. Let's go ahead and pick this guy up. So it is faster, that's good. It's nice. I only have 5 HP. So, there we go. Well, had to go down here at some point anyways. What are these, empty? Or did they just pick up all the... I think they were empty, that's weird. No, I'm trying to be accurate and quick at the same. Oh crap! Accurate and quick at the same time, but with the input lag, I'm just not good at it. All right, probably played enough. I do like that weapon. Not sure how to feel about the limited ammo, like I mentioned. I think it makes it a little less fun, in my opinion, but I understand that this kind of game is kind of... it's meant to put limitations on different things, but yeah, I would consider if you might be able to work with like unlimited ammo for those kinds of things. Other than that, there's a lot of little smaller things. I think the biggest things for me are about the audio, the feedback, especially with keeping track of enemies around you that you can't see at the moment. Attacks, the telegraphs on the attacks would be improved a lot, in my opinion. There's a lot of those bones flying at you that you just can't really see coming. That's little unfortunate for this kind of game because it's very important to be able to consistently avoid damage. So if you have anything at all that ever feels like it's not really the player's fault, then you should definitely do everything you can to get rid of that, work it out of the game. That being said, as it was last time, I still think it's very cool. Fundamentally, the concept is pretty simple but effective, and I would definitely like to play a more polished version of it. So hopefully this video is useful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one.